Do you want to see what this tier list looks like? So this is my ranking animes Kimoka has seen. There is a lot of anime. There is specifically 157 anime in these pictures. For an anime to be on this list too, I have to have at least finished one season of it. There are anime where like I'll be grouping them, like the seasons into one. Some I separated, like I said, like JoJo, I separated the parts. But like Haikyuu, that has multiple seasons, I just threw that into one. There's like, I know there's Code Geass on here, which is, that's an example of one I've only watched one season of. I know some people usually do like high A, low A. I'm not usually one to do that. I just usually just kind of throw them in as I get them. All right, starting off, we have 91 Days. This is one that this anime never really stuck with me. If I remember correctly, I had the theme of revenge. Immediately, my first one's gonna be a C, 'cause it's one of the animes that just wasn't that memorable to me. Next is A Silent Voice, which is, it's the movie about a deaf girl. You got like bullied by this guy, but then he got bullied and then he wants to make it up to her. And I love this movie. I'm immediately throwing that into S tier, but I honestly think that this is one of the best anime movies to exist. It's honestly probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Next is Aggretsuko. It's so stupid, but I love it because it's like one of those comedy anime where obviously like it's actually good at like repeating the same joke over and over, and that's just Aggretsuko getting like fucking pissed off and going into full metal mode. Aggretsuko I think is gonna be B tier for me right away. It's memorable, it's fun, but it's not really one that like I would say is a favorite of mine. Ajin, this one was really good with its 3D animation, if I remember. The concept was really interesting, where you have humans that can't die, and like the main character didn't know he was an Ajin. I think that's what they're called. I don't know how to describe it. It's been a while since I watched this one. I'll probably put this one B. It's one that I'll have to revisit because I don't quite remember it, but I do remember it being pretty good. This is Akame ga Kill. This one is one that I will never forget this anime. I still remember characters I absolutely hated while watching it. I still remember characters I loved while watching it. I think this one will be my first A one. This one is Akatsuki no Yona, or Yona of the Dawn. This one, I gotta straight up put that in A tier. This one is one of my anime. I love it. It's definitely one that's not for everybody. You have a strong leading female protag. You have a whole bunch of all the side characters that are like really cool about like, they have like a whole bunch of different aspects of like a dragon. Like one has the dragon's arm, one has a dragon's leg. The opening fucking sucks. It is so boring. That's my one complaint. This one is, oh fuck, what was the name? I think it's Amaama to Inazuma or something like that. Sweetness and Lightning, I think is the translated name. This one was just like a really cute anime, because I just wanted to watch, I think when I watched this, I wanted to just watch something cute, something lighthearted. I did enjoy it, but it's probably just a B for me. Nothing, it's a good anime, it's cute, just nothing really special about it. We got another anime, guys, sorry. It's like the anime when it comes to gore horror. At least I would think so. There's like one very infamous scene with an umbrella that a lot of people have seen and that I hate because I'm like, no thank you. So definitely not for everyone. Lots of blood and stuff. I like horror, so obviously I was fine with it. Probably another B tier. We already got a lot going on in B tier, because I feel if like people who don't like horror will probably not like this anime at all, but I do. It was pretty interesting. This one is Aoharu X Machinegun. I used to like really like it, but it's really not one that I would call my favorite anymore, but like at the time I watched it, I did really like it. But so far B is gonna be overrun with anime. But that one's a B for me just because like I like the characters and stuff like that, and it was pretty good when I watched it. Like I said, it's not really a favorite anymore, but I did really like it back when I watched it, which was a while ago. I think I made an edit of it in like 2017, 2018, so it's like so many of these I watched so long ago. Alright, Assassination Classroom, I'm immediately throwing this one into A. Assassination Classroom was so good. Oh, I'm still not over the ending of Assassination Classroom. I don't think the anime is quite S tier for me, but it is super high up. It was so good. Alright, And next is Attack on Titan, which a lot of people are gonna judge me for this, but I'm debating whether to put it into B or C. I honestly did not like Attack on Titan that much. Honestly, yeah, I'll probably go C, because like, if I was counting the first season, I'd probably put in B, but if I include all the other seasons, I got really bored with all the other seasons. Alright, B, the beginning. This was one of the ones anime I just watched because I wanted something to watch. This one's immediate C tier for me. It wasn't that memorable for me. I couldn't tell you one thing that happened in that anime. I couldn't tell you any of the characters. I don't think it was bad. Like, so that's why it's not D tier. I just don't, it just wasn't really memorable for me. Next is Banana Fish. I watched Banana Fish not long after it came out, so sometimes I just like bragging that I liked anime before they were really popular, to be honest. I really liked Banana Fish. I have to put it at S tier, I think. I really enjoyed that anime because it's a good LGBT rep anime. Well, not in all parts are not good. The ending broke my, okay, it's S because the ending I'll never get over. I'll never get over the Banana Fish ending, and that's like one reason it's an S, because of how much it destroyed me. I'm sorry, no matter what, I'm a Banana Fish apologist. A lot of these have like just nostalgic reasoning for me, if I'm being honest. Alright, what is next? Barakamon. I feel like Barakamon? I don't know how the fuck you say it. I really like this one. Frick. I feel like probably B. A lot are going into B because all of them are gonna be like, oh, pretty good. But not super good, but pretty good. It's just like one of those ones you watch when like you just want something relaxing and just fun to watch. I think this is Beyond the Boundary. This one's another B tier for me. A lot of people really like this anime, and the animation is gorgeous. It just wasn't really one that ever really stuck with me. Like, I enjoyed it, but it's not one that I have any really like special things to say about it, so I'm just going to B. Black Bullet. I remember watching Black Bullet because a friend suggested it to me, so I watched it. It's weird. The main thing I remember about it is like this is a child right here. Like, you get like partnered with a fucking child and the children turn into guns. I did not care enough. This is another C. Next is Blend S. It was good. It was fun. You know, I'm gonna specify B, but high B. Blood Lad, I think. Immediate C tier for me. The main girl character, they just fucking sexualized to hell and back for no reason. I had some interesting characters, that's about it. Blue Exorcist. I'm gonna throw out so many in B. I already know B is gonna be my tier overrun with anime, but I'm gonna put that in B. I really like it. The second season, I haven't been able to finish the second season. I think I started the second season like 2 times and just never finished it. But the first season I enjoyed. There were some parts, but overall, I think the plot was really interesting. BNA. This is a borderline furry anime. A tier. But it is really good. You got this guy, right? You know, nice guy, and then he turns into fucking this. Tell me this is not borderline furry. Okay, but I will argue, hold on, I don't remember her name. This main character, her design, you can't say it's not cute. But yeah, this guy, the wolf guy, his human form, you can't say his human form doesn't slap. Like, come on. Look at this guy. Okay. Now from BNA, we have BNHA, we have Boku no Hero Academia. Okay, I really enjoyed My Hero Academia. The fandom, I do not enjoy. The anime itself, I've seen a lot of criticisms that I really agree with. Honestly, I have to put it A tier. Judge me all you want. I don't care. I really enjoyed My Hero Academia. I enjoyed a lot of the characters. The female characters, they are definitely treated really badly in that show, which is one big criticism I have. I criticize the entire fucking fandom, but it's honestly an anime I do enjoy. I had a big fucking Bakugo phase. I can't live that down. All right, what is this next one? This one, oh god. I don't know, do I even remember it? It's like Bonjour Kawaii Patisserie or something like that. But this one is another one I watched because I wanted something to watch. If I remember correctly, it's like a really short anime. I think it like had short episodes, and maybe at C tier. It's just a romance where they like cook sweets. All right, Bungo Stray Dogs. Another A tier for me. I am a Bungo Stray Dogs apologist. I love that anime. I love the characters. I think it's really good. It has really good female characters, which is always one thing to judge animes on. Don't think it's quite S tier just because it's not one I would really call a favorite. I just acknowledge how really good it is. What's the bunny girl in the queue? Oh, this is Bunny Girl Senpai. I think the full name is Rascal Does Not Dream, a Bunny Girl Senpai. A lot of people did not like this anime, or they're like, if you're a man and this is your favorite anime, that's a red flag. But I am a woman. I really liked this anime. I like the psychology parts of it. This was honestly an A tier for me. I honestly, like, a lot of people like have really valid judgments of it. The romance could have been better, I agree, but I just really like the psychology parts of this anime. I think they did really good with that personally. Bunny Girl Senpai, that is, it's my guilty pleasure anime. I will vouch for it. All right, next is Charlotte. This one, probably another B tier. My overgrowing B tier. I did like Charlotte. I didn't really like the ending of it, if I'm being honest. Shinobiyo, it's so bad, but I'm putting it in A tier. It's my comfort anime. It probably doesn't deserve an A tier. It's just a cringy romance. That's all that is to it. But I loved it. I love the characters. The freaking main character, I love her so much. Clannad, C tier probably. We still have nothing falling into the falling victim to D or F tier. I feel like it did have the really good emotional parts to it where I do remember crying during this anime, but it's not that memorable for me. I remember a starfish, that's about it. Clean Freak Aoyama-kun, B tier. I really liked it. It's actually pretty good. I like the comedy of it. I like sports anime, honestly. I hate sports, but I am a sports anime fanatic. Code Geass, this is my first D tier. Some people are gonna hate me for that. I was so bored during Code Geass. And it's honestly just because I don't really like mecha anime. The Corpse Party anime, another D tier for me. I had a really big Corpse Party phase. For some reason, as like a 6th grade child, this is the first anime I watched because of that. They killed off characters that didn't die in the games, which made me so angry. They ruined it. I did not like, no, they did not do the game justice. Now we got the Danganronpa 3 animes. Danganronpa 3 Future Arc, I'm gonna put in C. This is Despair Arc. Despair Arc's going into B. I liked Despair Arc. Next one is Date Alive. B. It's just a horror anime, to be honest, but I was obsessed with this anime for some reason, specifically this character. I loved her. It's cool where like all the women in it are actually like really powerful. It's not just like, oh my god, we love the main character, blah 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 blah, because we're weak and love men. All right, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's Dead Man Wonderland. I was like looking at it and I was like, what anime is this? Probably a B maybe? But okay, Death Note. Death Note is super close to being S tier, but it is going in A tier. Only because the second half of Death Note fucking sucks. Okay, next is Death Parade. I'm putting way too many anime into B tier, but I think it's gonna be another B tier. It's just an anime that makes you sad. That's it. I'm still not over though. If you have not seen the freaking opening for this anime, it is literally like, it's clickbait. All right, Dokyusei. This is one anime that is really good at being a boys love anime without like being weird. So I'm gonna put that in A tier. All right, Dr. Stone, S tier. No debate about that. The women, they have strong women in Dr. Stone, but a lot of them are still kind of like unnecessarily sexualized at times, but that's one complaint I have. But Dr. Stone is good. It is good. Like just the idea of going back into the Stone Age and having like the smartest person in the world building it up from the bottom and like speed running civilization. That is such a cool premise. And then you have the villain. Like the villain is such a morally gray character where you understand where they're coming from, but they're not doing it in like the correct way. But you still understand, and like you're like, should I agree with this or not? Like I love villains like that. Villains that are like morally gray are like, mwah, I love them. I love them. All right, what is this? Dramatical Murder. This one's a C tier for me. This is another one I watched because I just wanted something to watch. I remember there's really cool character designs, but that's all I really remember. I do not remember anything. Is this Durarara? I am a Durarara apologist. It's going into A tier for me. I will admit, the beginning of Durarara is boring. It's just character introductions that are like drawn on for way too long. But once you get past that part, I genuinely binged this anime and enjoyed it so much. All right, Elfen Lied. This might be another D tier. This next one, this one's a cute anime. It's Engaged to the Unidentified. I'm gonna put it in B. It's really just one if you want to watch something cute. It's there it is. Erased, media S tier. Erased is one of the best anime I've ever seen. All right, but this one, I forgot about this anime. When I was making this, I was like, oh my god, I forgot I watched that. It's going into C tier for me just because it's a movie. It's called Flavors of Youth. I cannot tell you one thing that happened during it. I remember the animation was gorgeous. It had like beautiful animated food, I remember too. All right, Food Wars. Food Wars is a B for me. The fucking foodgasm part of Food Wars is weird. But the plot itself, yes, I watch it for the plot. I think the plot itself is really good until like later seasons it gets pretty boring. All right, Free. Free is fucking bait for horny teenage girls. I'm gonna put it into B. I don't think it's bad. Full Metal Alchemist, one that I recently watched. S tier. I do have the complaint that the middle bit of Full Metal Alchemist was really slow, and I got just a tiny bit worn out with some of the middle bits of it because I already knew how it ended, being spoiled. I feel like that's why I found it just a little bit draining, because I was like, I don't have to worry about anything. I know how it ends. But but it was still really good. It was still incredibly entertaining. The strong female characters, a lot of morally gray characters too, which again, I love. And now here's for Cruz. I don't know how Cruz is gonna feel about this. It's just going into B for me. Don't ruin my Stardew crops, I'm sorry. Gekken Shoujo Nozaki-kun, another B for me. I have so many B because I'm like, these are good, but just like, nothing too special. Next one, oh my god, what's the name of this anime? There's like a first part of it and then it's Girl Beats Boy. This one's a D tier for me. It's one of the animes I was like, I want to watch some uncommon unknown anime, so I watched that one. It just wasn't much to it. It's kind of boring. All right, next is Given. Another B tier for me. Next, this is Golden Time. Again, probably just a B tier. Great Pretender. This one, S tier. It's like one of the animes, like they're con artists, and like you know they're gonna get away with it, but it's like you're sitting there like how are they gonna get away with it? I want to see the process of them getting away with like some big con, and it's just, oh, it is so good. Like it kept my interest the entire time. Haikyuu. I hate, again, the fandom, pretty bad rep. The fandom is a bad representation of Haikyuu, where like, especially like when it came to like the Haikyuu fandom on TikTok, especially like last year, they were weird. But I've been a fan of Haikyuu. I literally remember I was in 8th grade when Haikyuu season 3 was coming out, and I was watching it was coming out. So a tiny bit before that is when I got into Haikyuu. So I've been a fan for a while, and I'm only like a couple chapters away from finishing the manga. In my opinion, just because of my nostalgia for this anime, it's an S tier for me. A lot of people would definitely disagree with that. Next is, I'm pretty sure it's Hanamaru Kindergarten. This is another cute one, another B tier. Handa-kun, it's a B tier for me. Or maybe, no, I think it's C tier, to be honest. It's like a prequel to Barakamon, but it just felt too separate to Barakamon. That's why it's lower. All right, next is Hetalia. Hetalia is my first F tier. It's so propaganda. Okay, what's this? High School DxD. I'm not gonna lie. I watched 3 seasons of High School DxD. I literally had the argument of, I genuinely was watching it for the plot. I'm literally asexual. I don't like sexual things. I literally watched 3 seasons of High School DxD for the fucking plot. It's C tier. All right, High Score Girl. Definitely just a B tier for me. High School of the Dead. Why the fuck did they decide, yeah, let's make a zombie apocalypse anime, but make it just so much focus on the boobs? It could be an F for me, honestly. There's not much saving this anime. Hinamatsuri, a B. Hoshiai no Sora. I'm not gonna lie, I had the rule that these had to be animes I at least finish the first season of. I haven't finished the season, but I want it on here because it's an A tier for me. This is one of like the best representations of like modern problems I have seen in anime. I just haven't finished it. That's why I'm like, I can't say it's an S tier yet, because I just wanted to suggest this anime to people because it's so good. This one, Hoseki no Kuni, is an S tier for me. Only because it's like my comfort obscure anime. It's not really obscure. It's like it's like an unknown sign of unknown kinda. It's one of the most gorgeous 3D animated animes I have seen. Like, this is from the actual anime. Look at this character and tell me that's not one of the most gorgeous characters you have ever seen. This is another thing that a lot of people are going to be angry and disagree with. Howl's Moving Castle was C tier for me. I was really confused throughout the entirety of Howl's Moving Castle. Hunter x Hunter, media S tier. Probably one of the best anime to ever be made, and I will take that to my grave. Okay, this is Idolish 7. I was like, what anime is this? This is just an idol anime that I watched. It's a B tier. I'm not really a big fan of idol animes. This isn't another anime movie. It's Into the Forest of Firefly Lights. Definitely a B tier for me. Danmachi, or Is Everyone Determined to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Another B tier for me. Is This a Zombie? This is one of the first anime I've actually watched, I believe. It's another B tier for me. And now we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, everybody. Part 1, B tier. I think that part 2 is A tier. This one, people will hate me for, but I will speak my truth. Part 3 is D tier for me. I honestly got so bored. Part 4, I don't think it's S tier, but it's definitely incredibly high A tier for me. I love part 4, it's my favorite. Okay, it's honestly not that far up, but you know. Part 5 is C for me only because of my own personal reasonings. I get why people love part 5. I really liked part 5. I just had a friend that was really into part 5 that ruined part 5 for me. Jujutsu Kaisen, I think it's gonna go in A tier S tier for me. Okay, K-On, another B tier for me. I'm putting way too many anime to S tier, but Kaguya-sama Love is War, another S tier. I loved it so much. It's so entertaining. Probably one of the best romance anime out there. Kakegurui, because it's not debatable. Like, Kakegurui is fucking weird. Weirdly sexual too, but I'm going for A tier for it. Carnival. It's Carnival with a K. B tier. It's another one of those animes I watched because I wanted to watch some unknown anime. Kekai Sensen. Another S tier. It's not the best anime, but it's just it's my anime. It's my will always vouch for Kekai Sensen as a more uncommonly known anime that is super good. Kill la Kill, C. Demon Slayer, oh my god, I'm putting another S tier. Okay, I don't care how many people say Demon Slayer is overrated, that the animation carries it. I don't care. I fucking love Demon Slayer with my whole heart. I read the manga completely. I finished the manga. Kimi ni Todoke, this one, A tier for me. This is a really good romance. Another S tier. I'm way too forgiving for my S tier. I'm throwing way too many into S tier, but they all deserve it. I don't care. Your Name, S tier. It does get a tiny bit confusing at the end, but I love it. I love it so much. Kimi so Boku, B tier. Kiss Him Not Me. This one, I know how fetishizing it is, but when I tell you 14-year-old me ate this anime up. It's a B for me, but like being older, I now acknowledge like all like the bad parts on why this anime isn't that great. Kids Neighbor is one that I would consider a high B. I specify I'm putting one high, but then there's still not really any specific order that I put these in. This is for Cruise. I don't know if you'll hate me for this, but it's not S, it's only A for me. Koito Uso, B tier for me. K. This anime is going to C tier for me. It's one of the most forgettable animes I've watched. Little Witch Academia. Another one that's B tier, but if I would put it B tier, it'd be high B tier. Love Live's a normal B for me. Madoka Magica, A tier. Maid-sama. This one is a B tier for me. Mary and the Witch's Flower, another B tier. It's a cute movie. Masamune-kun's Masamune-kun no Revenge. I almost combined the English and Japanese title right there. This one's a B. All right, Mirai Nikki. This one, Future Diary. That one is an A tier for me. It gets really weird towards the end. I mean, the entire thing is really weird. But you have the iconic Gasai, the iconic Yandere. Mob Psycho 100, media S tier. No debate. I would say Mob Psycho 100 rivals Hunter x Hunter. What is this? Oh my god. It's Problem Children Are Coming from Another World, aren't they? That's this one. This one, a B tier. Psycho no Phantom World, another B, but I was gonna say if I wouldn't place it low B, it would be like a mid B. My Little Monster, F tier. Worst romance anime I've ever seen. Non-Baka, pretty good. I would say upper B. Alright, this one, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I have not watched the Evangelion movie, and GB has yelled at me that I need to, but I have not seen it. So right now it's a B. I'm pretty sure this is Net-juu no Susume. It's another romance one. I like romance anime. It's pretty good. It's only a B for me. New Game, another B tier. Nichijou, words I can't pronounce because I'm American. It's a D tier for me. It was boring. Nisekoi is a C tier for me. It's another romance anime that I just wasn't really able to get into much. Okay, number 6. This is an S tier anime for me. Not S tier, A tier. I meant A tier. No Game, No Life. This is another A tier for me. Noragami, another A. We're getting the A's here now. It's popular. It's popular, like where people know it, but I still feel like it's still really underrated. What is this anime? Oh! No Kome? It's probably a D tier for me. Norin, this one is a C tier for me. I barely remember anything from this anime. One Punch Man, not S tier, but definitely high up there, A tier. It's too iconic to be anything less than A tier. Orange. This one is really good. I'm debating between high B or A tier. Honestly, Orange might be A tier. It's honestly really beautiful. It'll make you cry. This is another anime I have to add to S tier. It's Ore Monogatari, or My Love Story. It just breaks the mold for anime romance. This one, I know it's like love comedy snafu, something like that. B tier for me. This one, Oremo, D tier. Not quite F tier. It's almost normal. Almost. This is, I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's villainous. It's pretty much where, like, it's an isekai where this girl, she, like, gets transported into, like, this otome game that she really liked. I'm not the biggest fan of harem animes, but I loved this one so much. It's an S tier, not S tier, wow. An A tier for me. Ouran High School Host Club. It's an A tier for me. A lot of things aged so poorly, but it's too iconic. You can't put it anything lower than an A. Oshitsukyo Shihane, I'm pretty sure. This is B tier. Okay, Ore no Seraph. This is another A tier for me. We're getting a lot of A tiers in the second half. I dropped Parasite after a few episodes, got bored, and didn't make much sense to me, I think. It's quite the opposite of me because this is going A tier for me. I honestly really enjoyed Parasite. This one is going into F tier for me. Plastic Nissan. Prince of Stride. I'm pretty sure this is like a fucking game, but I have not played the game. This one's a B for me. It's just a sports anime. Hold on. There is one. If you want a good zombie story, I'll skip ahead a bit. This one, School Live. A tier. It is one of those don't judge a book by its cover anime. This is one I suggest right here. All right, Promare. It's a pretty good movie. Honestly, probably just a B. It just got really confusing and stuff, especially visually. It got pretty confusing. Okay, Real Life. This one, B tier. All right, ReZero. I feel I'm gonna put it here just to indicate that it's high B. All right, Rosario Vampire. Another B. It's just a casual harem anime. But I was like, it's so unrealistic that all these like hot monster girls are gonna fall for like this just one normal guy. Psyche K. Definitely high A. I'm just putting it there to indicate it's high A. I honestly, I really like Psyche K. I think it deserves to be like as popular as it's gotten recently. Okay, Sangaria. This one is a C tier for me. This one broke my heart only because you see this guy, the main guy, I thought he was a cat boy. He wasn't. It was just his hairstyle. This one, Seitoka Yakuin Domo. I always butcher the name because I can't say it. This is a B for me. This is one comedy anime that it's nowhere near as good as Psyche K, I think, with comedy, but like it had some pretty good jokes. All right, Servamp, probably a B again. This one is one I wanted to revisit because I don't remember like a lot about it. This is a cat boy. This guy, you can kind of see him with like the black and the white. He's a cat boy. Slime Isekai. This one's A for me. Honestly, the second season started boring me a bit for this one. I couldn't get past the second season, but I really enjoyed the first season. Steins Gate. Okay, I'm going S tier for Steins Gate. All right, Sword Art Online. I'm going C or D for Sword Art Online. The only reason I put it in C is because it starts off honestly good. I'll probably do D because even the rest of season 1, second half of Sword Art Online season 1 was terrible, and then the second season was also just really boring. All right, this is I'm pretty sure this is Tada-kun Never Falls in Love. Definitely B. I'd say like maybe mid B if I were to specify where. Daily Lives of High School Boys is another D tier for me, only because it's definitely one of those animes that is targeted towards teenage boys as the humor, and I am obviously not a teenage boy. Alright, The Devil is a Part-Timer. Probably a high B-ish. Alright, The Irregular at Magic High School. Straight into F tier. It was incredibly boring. Random incest for no reason. It was not needed. The Irregular at Magic High School, it was just not good. Promised Neverland season 1, A. Promised Land season 2, F. Seven Deadly Sins, B tier for me. Okay, The Way of the House Husband. This one, another B tier. My B tier is overran with things, but it's fine. This Art Club has a problem. Another B tier. It's very, very average anime for me. This Boy is a Professional Wizard. This is a really unknown anime. It's like very short, 4 episodes. Because of that, it's only going to be, it has a really unique art style, which I really enjoy. So it would be like randomly higher B. Toradora. This is one that's been really popular recently. A B tier. I did not like Toradora that much. I like the characters. The main character is one of my favorite like tropes of like someone who looks scary was actually really nice. I don't think it's quite C, but definitely lower B. Tsurezure Children, this one, another B tier. Wotakoi, this one is another one. It's a romance anime between adults, which you don't usually see. So I think it's a definitely B for me, just high B. Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, this one is an A tier for me, only because of nostalgic reasons. I was obsessed with this anime a few years back. There's really nothing special about it. It's just A tier for my nostalgic reasons. Your Lie in April, C tier for me. I got really bored during this one. I understand like the emotional impact a lot of people, like it's definitely sad. I felt like I had to force myself to be sad though, because I really couldn't find myself attached to any of the characters to actually get like emotional response. Okay, Yuri on Ice, I had a big Yuri on Ice phase when I was in 8th grade. It was embarrassing, really embarrassing, but definitely A tier for me because of nostalgic reasons, once again. Here, I do think Yuri on Ice is a really good anime, in my opinion. Some people definitely won't like it, and that's fine, but I did really enjoy Yuri on Ice. Zenkyo no Terror, this one B tier, but like probably mid B tier. Last but not least, Zombieland Saga. Last but not least, Zombieland Saga, the final one, will be an A. Final reasoning, Zombieland Saga. It is such a good satire of idol anime, where it like does all like the idol anime tropes, but then like, you know, like flips them into satire. It's good. All right, we did it. It is 6 p.m. for me right now. I started this at like 2 p.m. Jesus Christ. This is the longest stream I've done in a while. We got all 157 anime. That's how many were on here. We got all of them.